Hey Stoned Roadie Show fans, I'm Shelby Barrett, the official Stonette for the Stoned Roadie Show, and this is Saturday Night Special with Craig Reed and Kathy GODSEY.
Let's put it together for Craig Reed, Lynyrd Skynyrd Band.
Alrighty then, podcast 280, the Stoned Roadie Show. Action. Alrighty then, fellow Stoned Roadie Nation. Looky here. I see y'all out there. Hey there, Angela Leonard. I forgot your name the other day. I'm so sorry. I was thinking about talking about sending a prize out. I said I was going to send them out to, and I had a brain fart.
Hey, Carol Locke. Do you see Carol Locke through your looking glass? I see. You see Carol Locke?
Oh, there she is over there. I see.
There she is. Yeah.
She sides on me today.
And what about Cousin Figel? Do you see Cousin Figel there? Where's Cousin Figel?
There he is over there. Yeah.
Okay. How about Robert Wheatley? I think he's over there.
Robert, yeah, he's down here. He's down here. He's below me.
All right. They're all out there.
Then. Hey, looky here. It's February the 1st, 2025. Yes. My name's Craig Reed, a.k.a. the Stoned Roadie. And with me today is the lovely Kathy GODSEY, my co-host. So, yeah, welcome back, Kathy. And what are we going to talk about today?
Thank you. And welcome to the Saturday Night Special. You didn't say Saturday Night Special.
It's a Saturday night special.
And I'm not
we got a show that's new and cold.
New and unpredictable.
Bold. We ain't good for nothing.
So happy February, and I told Craig that all month I'm going to have to hear people say February and February, but it's February, and I'm the English teacher, and it's annoying when people say it wrong. So Craig practiced a couple of times, and say it again.
February, yeah.
February, good job. All right.
I was saying February. February, and I'm tomorrow's my birthday. February
2nd. Yeah, Groundhog Day.
Groundhog's Day, yeah.
How does I know how this works, but do you know what I used to say? Well, what difference does it make? Either way, we have 6 weeks until spring, right? But there really is a difference. Do you know what the difference is between whether the little guy sees his shadow tomorrow or whether he does not?
I don't know which way it is. If he sees it, we got 6 more weeks of winter or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They say, and I don't know if it's true, but they say he wakes up, he goes outside. If he sees his shadow, he says, damn. He goes back, goes in his hole, and goes to sleep for 6 weeks. If there's no shadow there, he stays outside and he plays, and people celebrate thinking that it's going to be, we'll have mild temperature over the next 6 weeks. So, but either way, I feel sorry for that little guy, Puxatawny Phil. I feel sorry for him every year, what they put that little guy through. But happy birthday to you, Craig. Tomorrow's your big day, February.
Yeah, well, if it's as foggy this morning or tomorrow morning as it was this morning, in the morning before that, it's been foggy here for the last few days, man. It kind of got moisturized or something around here. It was snowy, and then it kind of rained and kind of came in weird weather, and it's been just foggy. The snow's kind of melting, the ice is kind of melting.
So that's a good sign. He probably won't see his shadow, and then
it'll snow again real hard. That does that all the time here. It snows, and then it rains, and then it freezes, and then it turns into ice, and then it turns into mud. And it's like that all the time here.
I'm just happy that we're halfway through the winter, because I can't stand January. It's not, it's dark. You know, we got through the darkest part of the year, so thank goodness. But you share your birthday with some other very famous people. Your birthday tomorrow, also celebrating, will be Christy Brinkley, Shakira, Farrah Fawcett would have celebrated another birthday, Graham Nash, and Howard Bellamy of the Bellamy Brothers. Those are just a few people who have a birthday February 2nd. So happy birthday to you, Craig. Do you have any plans for tomorrow? Are you doing anything?
Nothing at all.
Okay. All right, good. Just
Nothing.
hang out and enjoy the day. So happy birthday to Craig. So all you guys put your nice happy birthday wishes in the comments. I'm sure he'll love to read them. And just want to say, you know, prayers. Everybody knows about what happened with the Washington, D.C. plane crash a couple days ago. That was awful. And there was actually a woman from my hometown who died on that plane, New Jersey, from Cranford, New Jersey. So really, I think it's touching a lot of people. A lot of people know people who were on the plane or figure skaters. Really sad. Or both of those planes, the Army helicopter and the American Airlines plane. So really terrible news. And then Marianne Faithfull just passed away this week. Her most favorite song is Tears Go By. What a beautiful song. And I read a little bit about Marianne Faithfull. She had quite a life. Why do you keep showing that nasty picture?
I was looking for some pictures. I said, "Oh, since Kathy's coming, I'll have to show this one." There's a young Kathy GODSEY.
I was 18. I used to have red hair, like orangey hair. I don't know. I never dyed my hair. I never put dye in my hair, but for some reason, it used to be an orangey color. Now it's not. So,
well, your daughter's hair is that color, isn't it?
One of my daughters has strawberry blonde hair. Yes, yes. Her hair is beautiful. She has like 4 different shades. One of my daughters is blonde, and one of my daughters is a brunette, and they all have the same daddy. But they're all my daughters are a nice mixture of 6 different nationalities. They have Polish, Italian, Irish, German, Norwegian, and Japanese. So they're really beautiful, and they have a nice mixture. So they're all blessed. But yeah, that was, I don't know, the red hair. It's interesting. But you can put that.
So when is your next grandbaby coming?
My next granddaughter is due on April 20th.
Wow.
Your favorite day.
Yeah, you just had one not long ago. And
I just had one, and now I have another one. No, my daughter is about 29 weeks, and she looks amazing. She looks great. Her daughter is beautiful. Little Scarlett is just wonderful. Real sweetheart. My daughter sent me a video the other day of Scarlett chasing the cat. She's got her little drumstick and she's trying to hit the cat. My daughter says, "Do not hit the cat." And she says, "Cat, cat, cat." She chases the cat around. But the cats love it. They love the attention. She's not hurting the cat, but she says, "Cat, cat." But she's about 14 months now. So really fun age. Yeah. So they're having another little girl, and they're really, really happy. And my daughter's a nurse, but she only goes to work a couple of days a week, and her husband stays home. So they're not putting the baby in any daycare, leaving the baby with any strangers, which is the best thing for the baby. So yeah, I'm really happy to be. Hopefully everything will continue to go well. So I'll be a twice grandma. I already sent my granddaughter a little T-shirt with the Asbury Park, the Stone Pony. I sent her a Stone Pony T-shirt and then a little shirt that says Asbury Park, New Jersey. So if we ever get any Stone Roadie shirts, I'll send one to her. Let's come out with some baby clothing. I'm sure the disciple Dave probably has some, in the works. So, you know what? I just found out Gary Rossington's house is off the market. They took it off the market in December. Did you know that?
Really? It didn't sell, did it?
12 million. Nope, it was pulled off the market. I was actually looking. I looked in Milton, Georgia for the most expensive house, and There's a beautiful, beautiful house there, even nicer than Gary's. It's a little less than that, but I looks like they had it on the market for a year and then they pulled it. So I don't know what the plan is, but beautiful estate. So yeah. So we have some questions. I have about I just put this out yesterday morning, and actually a couple of questions were older things that you answered on older podcasts I thought were kind of interesting. So we'll talk about this today. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready, yeah.
And we didn't review anything. We didn't have, you got rid of that beeping sound?
Did it go away?
Yeah, we were fussing around trying to get rid of that beeping sound, and now it's
Why
gone.
did it go away?
I don't know. It sounded like
I
a
can't
husky.
hear it. I can't hear it either which way.
Oh,
So
there it goes. Sorry. I just heard it. Yeah, there it goes. Now, I guess because I was talking, we didn't hear it. Let's keep talking because silence is going to make it. Now I can hear it really well.
I tried to fix it. I called Zoom and tried to go through customer service. I had no luck with that. And
Oh,
so then you looked it up, and I tried to go through my control panel, and I guess it's in my computer. So I'm
yeah.
just gonna call my my computer guy tomorrow.
I feel like I'm in a hospital listening to a heart monitor,
And
the beeping
ask him
sound.
if he can fix it. He'll fix it.
So prayers to cousin Figel, and I'll be calling you soon, cousin Figel, this week, and Robert Wheatley. I know he had some problem with his hand, and I believe he's getting better, which is good.
Yeah, I talked to him. Yeah, his hand's getting a lot better. He's got a lot of pretty good circulation, and it's getting better, I guess.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good to hear. Yeah, he's a really, really generous man,
yeah.
and yeah, I want to hear from him as well. So we got a question from Joey Yema. Hey, Joey Yema, he's a nice guy. He's a big supporter of the podcast. He wants to know, he knows that you talked about over years ago eating dinner at the Van Zant's house. You recall eating
hmm
dinner there.
hmm
So did Ronnie's father, Lacey, ever picked up the guitar and sing? Did he
No,
ever? No, he did not. Oh,
no.
father didn't play the guitar or
As
sing at
far as
all?
I know, Lacey couldn't play guitar.
Oh, okay.
As far as I know, I never saw him sing or play or nothing. He
Okay.
was a truck driver, you know. I don't know.
So I guess the question was where did they get the musical ability? All three brothers are
Well,
musical.
none of them really play guitar. I mean, they try.
Hmm. But they could all sing and they could
Yeah,
write
yeah.
music. Yeah.
I
So do you
guess
know
I
where
guess
that?
I guess the brothers just took after Ronnie because Ronnie's kind of the one that started the singing thing because he tried baseball and then he tried boxing and he tried this,
Mhm.
that, the other thing. He goes, "Hey, I want to be a singer." So he was the oldest brother. So, I guess the other brothers just followed in his footsteps, I imagine. I
Mhm.
imagine that's how it went.
Yeah. There was a
Well, I
big difference in
speculate.
age between them, right? Like a big difference. Ronnie was born in 49, I
Yeah,
guess, and
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. There's a few years difference between Ronnie and Donnie, and then Johnny.
And was there a fourth brother or just the three of them?
No, just and
Just the three
Darlene,
brothers.
the young. Then they had a daughter. Well, they had the Ron. There was Ronnie, and then Donnie, and then Darlene, and then Johnny. Or I don't know how old Darlene is really. Maybe it was Ronnie. I don't know how old
Oh.
Darlene is.
Is Darlene still living?
hmm Yeah.
Oh, she is. We never hear about Darlene Van Zant. How come?
Oh, I don't know. She's around.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a potential guest on the Stone
She's
Roadie
around
show.
in the flow. She's in the flow of things.
Oh, she is. I didn't even
Uh-huh.
know there was a girl in the family.
hmm
That's so interesting. What about Ronnie's mother? Was she always in the picture, or what happened to his mom? Marion,
No,
I think. No?
no,
Okay.
gotta even forget her name right now.
I think it was Marion, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Lacey and Marion?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I never really hear anybody mention Marion. Okay. So they
And she
didn't,
wasn't in
father,
the picture very much.
no.
No.
Was she home? with Married to the Dad, or did she?
Yeah,
Oh,
she
she
never
was.
worked or nothing. Yeah, that
All
I
right.
know of.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's interesting to know. And then Patricia Len, I guess the last podcast, somebody asked a question about where you were talking about when Alan fell into the crowd. And then I asked you what happened to him. And then she said, well, you never mentioned what happened to Leon when he fell into the crowd, or did that happen more than one time? Did you make a habit
We
of
just
that?
pull them out. Yeah, they don't fall far. I mean, there's a lot of people up there in the front row. Len sent me that thing with the Allen saying on it there.
Oh my goodness. All right. I would like one of
Oh,
those. Who sent that to you, Patricia?
yeah, Patricia. Yeah,
Oh, that's so
my
nice.
bassist. Yeah,
Oh, that's
that's
beautiful.
what's written on his guitar. Yeah,
Yeah, with
it's
the
a
red label
refrigerator. It's
maker.
a refrigerator magnet.
Oh, I love that. That's a nice
Yeah,
picture.
yeah,
Wow, that's really nice.
yeah. Thank you, Lynn. And then she
Oh,
sent me these cups too. She sends me stuff all the time. She sent me this.
nothing tastes as good as Skinny feels. That's great.
Yeah, she sent me two of those.
Oh, that's very sweet.
By
Yeah,
mistake.
she writes to me sometimes. She
Yeah,
always
she's
says
cool.
the Len or something. I'm a woman. Yeah. All right, Danny Podesta. Hey, Danny. He wants to know if you have any. I know you have a lot of stuff in your house. Do you have any of the original band, like equipment, like amps or music items in your house that you've held on to?
No, I like I said a couple weeks ago, I have Alan's volume pedal, the Morley volume pedal downstairs. Um, it doesn't work.
Oh.
I don't know if it ever worked. I just remember it being at the Hell House, and I remember it there, and I don't never saw him use it, but it was Alan's. I guess he used to use
Oh,
it. Yeah.
wow. Well, you have a lot of stuff behind you. Is that all CD stuff you have? CB radio stuff? Is that what that is?
That was from a picture of my. That's a picture of my desk.
Oh, that's a picture. Okay, but
The
it still
picture
look
of
like
my
that?
desk on my green screen. Yeah,
Okay.
if I take a
All right.
picture of something, I can put it up on my green screen.
What is the thing what is your handle when you
The
when you use
Stoned
your,
Roadie.
oh, I thought you had something else that you were using as your handle.
I was uh S SG1 South Green one.
I thought you had something different as your
Yeah,
handle. Do you ever?
I've been all kind of I've been a lot of different handles. I was Ricochet Rabbit for a little bit.
Oh, really?
Bing
Have
bing
you
bing Ricochet Rabbit.
have you been on there in a while, or you don't really go on?
I get on with the local guys on channel 32, I think it is, here
Do
in
you pick
Akron.
do you pick anything up besides the CB? Do you pick up any other activity, or is
I
it
have
just?
ham stuff, but I don't really get on it a lot. There's not a lot of, I don't know. I can't
Mhm.
talk on the ham thing. I just have it for emergencies, you know. So when the shit really hits the fan, I'll have at least have communication with the world, you
Hey,
know.
listen, we had the election.
I can get any, you know, a lot of channels, you know.
Well, we had the election, we had the inauguration, so we should be good, right? Or no?
Who knows? You know,
Yeah.
they're not done. You know, the people that have been running this flat earth for decades, you know, they're not done. You know, there's just, you know, the war's not over.
Yeah, you
But
were just saying something about New York. I said, nothing's going to happen out here. I'm not worried. You never know, but I'm not worried about
yeah,
it. So we already had to deal with 9/11. That was enough, right? That was enough to
yeah,
put everybody in a tailspin. And then Susan McMaster, last time we were talking about accents, and then I said something about Boston, and Susan McMaster said there's no Boston in Kathy. She's New Jersey all the way. There's no question about where I'm from. And then Walter White. You know, Walter White. This is an old question, but I thought it was kind of cool. He asked you once before to tell the story of you and Billy when you were on the boat and you got stuck in the sandbar. Do you remember that story? I remember that was interesting, and I thought you could tell that story again because it was really funny.
Well, yeah, it was me and Billy and oh God, who else was it? Somebody else. I can't remember now. But yeah, we went out in the boat and we were parts of the St. Johns River or when the tide goes out, they get real shallow,
Mhm.
and we got hung up on a sandbar, and he was trying to back up off the sandbar, and we got the engine all discombobulated, and we had to sit there all day.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
and wait, because we'd go out in the boat and we'd sit. That's where the Naval Air Station is, right there on
Mhm.
the St. Johns River, and we sit at the end of the runway when the planes that search for submarines, you know,
Yeah.
they with the big long tails on the back of them, they come in all the time at the Naval Air Station, and we sit right there at the end of the runway, and they come over us about 50 feet over top of us, you know. So yeah, but we were out there and we got hung up in a sandbar. Oh, way down by downtown. We were way far away from where we have to come in. I mean, you know, six. I think it was 6 miles. We were from where we docked, and and we finally got the boat. The tide came in, and we finally got the boat unstuck. And then all we had was reverse. So by the time we got out, it was dark time, and we had to go for like 6 miles in reverse
Oh my God.
all the way back.
That was Billy's boat?
hmm
And who else was on there? Just you and he?
you know what? I can't remember.
Oh,
That
wow.
was funny. But Billy had this nice boat, a cabin cruiser, you know, and it had a kitchen in it, you know,
Oh, okay.
and it was a stovetop and stuff. And we had a special purpose we used for the stovetop to cut things up. It wasn't food.
Was it like an old Chris Craft cabin cruiser, like a
Yeah,
wood
yeah,
boat,
yeah,
or
yeah,
those are nice.
yeah. It'll be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we weren't suffering in no way. We were
yeah.
partying, but we were stuck. But yeah, we were pretty high, and we were. It was dark, and we were trying to get that boat back for about 6 miles in reverse.
Oh my God. Well, at least you weren't out in a
It
little
was
rowboat
comical.
or anything like that. Yeah, I can imagine. I would love to see pictures of that.
It was comical.
Those are the kind of pictures we want to see. So Walter White, that was a good question a while ago. Yeah, wow. And so Billy was a fisherman. He did
Oh
fishing.
God, yeah, Billy
Really?
always had boats. Yeah, Mr. Breeze, that was the name of his boat.
Oh, I thought it was just Gary, Ronnie. I didn't realize Billy fished.
Yeah,
I know Gene
yeah,
fished. Oh,
yeah.
that's
They got
interesting.
all their boats off of Ronnie Caruso. Yeah, Ronnie
Hmm.
owned that marina, Caruso's marina down there,
Oh,
Stevens
okay.
River Marina or whatever it was called.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. That was a really good question. Jimmy Smith, Jimmy J. Smith. Hey, Jimmy J. He wrote a bunch of questions just yesterday. Remember when the band played in Glasgow, Scotland?
hmm
So that was when Ronnie's dad went along. Was he along for the whole tour, or what was that all
Yeah,
about?
yeah. He was
Yeah.
there for that whole tour through Europe and stuff. Yeah, all through Japan. Yeah, it was. He went on a world tour with us. Yeah, it was cool.
Wow. I
Yeah, he
remember
had a
seeing
good time.
pictures of him. I remember seeing pictures of him with the band.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had a good time.
Did he ever go out on stage with the band, or
Oh God,
like did he
yeah.
ever? Yeah, they brought him out. Wow.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah, I went out on the stage a bunch of times with Lacey.
Really?
Hmm.
Did
Yeah.
did they behave themselves a little more when Lacey was with them, or were the still same shenanigans going on when the dad
No,
was
it was the same. They didn't hide too much. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
I would take Lacey because I was like the stage manager back then. So I would take Lacey out on the stage during the intermission and in between stuff and say, "Hey, people, this is Lacey Van Zant." And he'd get up and
Oh.
give a little speech. But I'd introduce him. Yeah.
How was Lacey? So when Ronnie was growing up, was Lacey like supportive of him? Because I know you said he played baseball,
I
but
wasn't around then. By the time I came around, they were going in for their second album. So
yeah.
I really didn't see it. I heard some things, but I never saw anything.
But he must have been really proud, obviously, on tour because he himself was
I
a
think
truck
he was
driver,
pretty,
and then
yeah, I think he was
yeah,
pretty supportive. I'm not sure, but
yeah.
Ronnie worked in that auto parts place until, you know,
Hmm.
they made it.
Right.
You know.
Unlike Alan's father was kind of out of the picture, and then you said that he really didn't. He was kind of tough on him growing up, like go, you're never going to make any money, right? And he didn't
Hmm.
really support him. But then the tables turned, and he wound up working for his son.
Yeah, yeah, right there when the band uh, needed somebody the most, I guess Judy had a job, and Ronnie's wife Judy, she had a job, and I think she kind of supported them monetarily to get them from place to place so they could do the things they needed to do, be where they needed to be, to do the things they needed to do to be
Mhm.
where they are. I think
Yeah.
I said that right.
Yeah, I remember you saying, she's really should be, she should be
She was
credited for.
instrumental in them
She was
being found.
instrumental.
I think, yeah, she was. Yeah,
Yeah.
she supported them financially a lot. Yeah,
So
she had
shout out to
cars.
Judy Van
From what
Zandt.
I understand, she's the one that drove Ronnie and Gary up to
Mhm.
Atlanta to pick Ed up and bring him back. If I
Oh,
have my
okay.
story correct, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. And then apparently there was a 12-foot high stage in Glasgow when they played. Do you remember
Hmm.
that?
Yeah, yeah.
So what was that like for, setting up, taking out? What was that like? Was it a problem?
Oh, the load in. God, from what I remember, I can't remember exactly. I think the load in was a little difficult there, and I can't remember why.
Okay.
But yeah, the stage was yeah up. Yeah, it's a theater, but the stage is way higher than the seats are down here, or the
Okay.
orchestra pit. I can't remember the exact layout of that place now. It's been a long time, but yeah,
Right.
the seats are down lower than the stage. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting. But so what do they do? What kind of ramp they use? What do they use to get the equipment in and out? Like
I
dollies
can't
or
remember
truck?
the exact
Right.
load out there. I used to remember it. From what I used to remember it, it was just not a good load out, but a load in or load out. But a lot of those old theaters aren't good places to load in and load out of. I can't remember. Maybe that was one of the places we had to come in from the front, go through the ticket to the box office, and then
Okay.
go down the aisle, and then
Okay.
and then you have to load the stuff onto the orchestra pit, and then use the elevator in the orchestra pit to haul everything up on the stage. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. When you have to bring all the equipment down the aisles, to
Right,
get up,
right.
that's the only way into some of them places. Then,
But it was
um,
always doable. They always made it work, right? Every
yeah,
gig. Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, sometimes. I mean, years ago, I had a piano. I had a big upright antique piano. And when I moved out of my last places, they couldn't get it out. They got it in, but they couldn't get it out. So I had somebody come and chop it up. It was an old piano from 1919, and when I moved into my place, I had just the movers just shoved it up the stairs. They got that thing up the stairs, and when I wanted to move out, they said we can't get it out of here. I literally had to call a guy to come up and chop it into pieces and take it out. It was the most depressing thing because as they were taking it apart, the piano was making all this noise. They used an axe and they chopped it up, and I was like, oh my God, it was horrible. But it couldn't happen. They just couldn't get out of my place. So either leave it there or chop it up, and I had to chop it up.
Yeah,
So,
it's like the desk in this office came out of the Goodyear Bank down in Akron.
oh
And
really?
yeah, once it got it in here, I goes, man, that thing's never leaving
No,
leaving this office in one piece. We'll never get it. I didn't
I
think we were
know.
gonna get it in here. It's huge.
Right? It's easier to get it in than out. I mean, you could take the door off. You could
Oh
you could
man,
you could take the door off, but sometimes it's I don't know, you can't just reverse it. So
it's huge. It is. It's big.
I'll be there forever. Some forever. All
I mean,
right.
the drawers are 3 feet deep. Seriously, they're 3 feet
Really?
deep. Yeah, they're seriously
Wow.
3 feet deep.
Wow. It must be solid, right? Like a
Oh,
solid oak or
it's a
something.
big bank desk. Yeah,
Hmm. Interesting. That's where you keep all the money, right? That
yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's where it all is. Oh, you were just telling me before we did the show that your good friend Larry's moving. So,
Yeah, he said he's moving to North Carolina.
oh, so that's
Yeah, yeah.
not good for you because what's the biggest problem with Larry moving away?
Oh, yeah, he does a lot of my yard work that I'm going to have to start doing. Yeah,
Yeah. Maybe
yeah.
the people who dug the pond can help you. Do you think they'll come out and do some landscaping for you
Those
or
people that dug the pond are from Columbus,
oh, I
Cincinnati.
didn't realize that they're so oh, okay, never mind.
No, I have. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just do it. I just need to get on. I shouldn't complain. I got the equipment to do it. I just got to get on it and ride
You
it.
have a
I
big piece
just
of
don't like the.
property.
I just don't like the weed eating and stuff.
Yeah, I know. Larry
I
was
mow
really good.
8 acres. Well, I actually mow 12 acres. No,
Really?
10 acres. Yeah.
How much of it has to be mowed? What if you just let it go? Do you have
Oh,
to?
just right around my house is all that has to be mowed because
Yeah.
realistically, down there by the road, that's kind of just this is still kind of a farm. That could be a field down there. I
Mhm.
don't have a homeowners association to tell me to mow the lawn.
That's
So
right.
theoretically, I just have to mow around the house. But uh,
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Just so you don't get stuck there. And so the
but
dogs go outside.
I don't know. There's an acre over on the other side of the pond, and that I wouldn't have to mow and.
Well, you have to make sure you're clear away to Alan's car. You can't, you have to make sure you have a clear pathway out there because that's
Well, that's
something
all
that
cleared
has to be
off. All I have to
accessible.
do is keep that mode back there. I got
Mm.
the equipment to do it. I just have to. It takes 6 hours to mow this thing every week. You know, and I don't mind sitting on the mowers, but I do have to push mow a little bit around the house.
Mm.
Just a
Well,
little bit, and then weed eat.
yeah, that's a lot. Well, I don't know, Larry, unless you
But
change your mind.
I got artificial turf all around my house, so I don't have to weed eat around the house.
Okay, that's
Got
good. That's
artificial
good.
turf for about 4 feet all around my house. So I
But wait
don't,
a minute, what made you put artificial turf when you have all
because
those big?
I don't like to weed eat around my house. So I put
Oh, okay.
artificial turf all around the perimeter of my house. So the
That's a
brick
great.
on the brick on this house when you're trying to weed eat and the line hits the brick on the house, man, it just chews up that weed eater line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
yeah.
the bricks I use to for the perimeter of the 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 artificial turf do the same thing. So
Okay. All right. That's interesting to
it's
know.
not as hard to get to.
And you don't have your gator anymore, so that stinks. You can't,
Yeah,
you know.
I don't really. I used that for all I needed for all my intensive purposes. I don't really
Mm,
use that too much anymore. Don't have a use for it too much anymore. Just in the
mm,
winter time, but
yeah.
I haven't even plowed yet. I have a four-wheel drive, so I just tell people to stay away. I can get it out of there. FedEx won't come up my driveway though. They leave it down to
Oh,
they,
really?
yeah,
Okay.
put a thing in my mailbox. It's your driveway is too icy. I just put your stuff behind the rocks.
What happened to that little, you said a car went into the ditch or something? Didn't you say a car went into the water a
Yeah,
while ago? Yeah.
my neighbor was stopped pulling in the driveway, and some woman was coming down there, and she was high or something, and took down my mailbox and went into the creek.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Did you change your mailbox for the winter or do you have the summer
Yeah,
mailbox?
I
You
got the
you
winter
change it?
mailbox, so
Okay. What color is the winter mailbox? Is that white for the
green.
winter? Oh, you have a green one for the winter.
Yeah,
What color's the summer mailbox?
white.
Summer one for white. Okay. All right. I would think the winter one would be white for winter, for snow,
No,
right?
the white one's I think is the nice one, but some people like the green one better, but
Okay.
I like the white one better.
Okay.
Shows up better at nighttime.
You're the only
But
person I know of who changes their mailbox depending on the season. I don't know anybody who changes their
well, the
mailbox.
snow plow really tears them up, man. When the snow plow goes through, it really tears them up. So I keep the nice
Yeah.
one for summertime.
Okay.
They're
All right.
both the same mailbox. They're both $1,000 mailbox. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow. I hear that little beeper now. Beepers. All right, we got to keep talking because I don't want to listen to that beeper. So the other, Jimmy Smith, he had a third question. The band received a trophy for a sold out show. I guess was that in Glasgow, Scotland? But anyway,
Oh
he
no.
wants to know. Apparently, the mantle was on the trophy was on the mantelpiece of the original Zant home. Do you know anything about that? Have you ever seen this trophy? Are you familiar with this at all?
No, I don't think I'd been over to the Van Zandt house probably since like after probably after we got to the left the Howe house. Probably that was
Okay.
what probably 76 or so. I don't think I was over there. I was over there in the early days, but I don't think I was over there much in 76, 77.
Do you recall the trophy?
Mm-mm. No.
No. Okay. Apparently, reportedly, they got the trophy for the sold out show and they kept it at the home. All
Oh,
right. If anybody has a picture of that trophy, send it in. Put it on the comments so we could see it. All right. And then Chip Cruey, he wants to know if the band, the original Lynyrd Skynyrd band, had any pre-show rituals, anything they did before the show.
no.
They didn't do a huddle or anything like that, right? They
Oh,
didn't
they
huddle.
did before yeah, they've always, huddled up right before they go on stage, they go on and say a little
Oh,
prayer, I guess you would say.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who were the religious ones in the band?
Well, I guess Ronnie, I guess, because Lacey and them were real religious. And Gary, and I don't really know. They didn't really, they weren't Bible thumpers. They were just believers as far as I.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tell. Well, Gary always wore the cross, so
Yeah.
I would assume
Yeah,
that he
they
was.
weren't Bible thumpers. They just were believers.
Okay. And then what are Jeff is interested in a lot of the merchandise. He wants to know if any bids come in on the Skynyrd jackets. What's going on with that?
100. Well, there were a couple for $100, but the guy, since I wore it and sweated in it and put pot smoke in it, he didn't want to pay that much. So I said, well, that was okay. That they fit me really good. So if nobody wants to bid $100 on them, I'll bid $100 on them. But I think the bid is $100 at this point. I haven't seen anything above that, but yeah.
Now let me ask
we'll
you.
just
Let me
them
ask.
roll.
I'm sorry. What do they look like, Craig? I haven't seen these jackets. And how many are there?
There's two of them, and they're the same size, and they fit me really good. They're nice jackets. And this one's just got the band like that.
That is really nice. Wait, is that embroidered?
No,
What?
it's painted. I think Javier Medina does these, and I guess he's an artist. I don't know.
Wait,
But
are those old or are those new jackets?
they're new.
Oh, they're new oh,
It's
I thought it
it's
was original.
A Nicole by
Okay. Okay.
Nicole something. Here,
Oh, that is really nice. And what size are those jackets? Are they women's or men's? Or both?
I don't know. It fits me perfect.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah, it fits me
Wow.
good. They're nice jackets. They appear to be new. They're not worn or nothing. And they're kind of like real soft. They're denim, but they're real. They look old, but they're new. But it's nice. Like I said, I'm a 40, and I'm 160 pounds according to the doctor's scale. And my
Mhm.
scale too. I have one of those health-o-meter doctor scales, so
Mhm.
it's the same as the doctor has. It says I'm 160, almost 161.
And you wear what size do you wear in that jacket?
I'm a 40. My chest size is 40. That's what my clothes are. I wear.
What are the
And
jacket
this one
sizes?
here, I think
Oh,
this is the
wow.
same size,
Okay.
and it don't have a label in it though.
Wow, I really like that first jacket.
Yeah.
So how much is it? Is it $100? That's the bid
Yeah.
right now?
But
Wow.
Griff said to sign them. I said, well, if I'm going to buy them, I ain't going to sign them. I'd appear to be full of myself if I do that, signing my own clothes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm so famous, I sign my own shit. That guy full of himself. He signs his own shit.
I like the first one with all the
Yeah,
people
they're
going
nice
back.
jackets. Yeah,
Nice. Wow. I didn't see them.
yeah.
I
I'd be
think they're
sporty
really
if I
nice.
go down to them the Skynyrd monument sites. I'd be sporty wearing them. I could wear one every day.
With the
Different
Stone
one every
Roadie
day.
hat. Yeah, you haven't worn your roadie hat in a long time on the podcast.
Oh yeah, I'll wear it. I'll get around to it. I got
So
to wear
tell
a different hat every time on that.
I know. So tell us a story about the hat. You changed your hat before we started.
This
So
is
tell
this
us
is a Panama hat,
right.
or whatever. And the one I wore last week, this one here, this was a Panama hat too, but I made it a Western hat. I put the curves on it. Only after I watched the podcast back, I went, ooh, I put too much curve in it, but it used to be like this. It used to be a Panama hat, but I made it a Western hat and put the steamer on it and put this stuff. It's called hat stiffener.
Oh, wow.
It's almost
Okay.
kind of like hairspray, but yeah, if you steam them, and you just when you pull that up like that and steam it, and you make it soft, and then when you put that hat You get it formed, and then you put that hat stiffener on there, because it was like that, but then I formed it, and now it goes boing.
That's crazy that you can totally modify the hat. It's a whole different hat.
But if I put steam on it right in here,
right,
I can pull it back down and make it a Panama hat. So it's kind of flexible.
So you can actually make it back to the way it was originally? You can reverse
I
that?
just put steam on it right under here.
Really?
And pull it down, and then I can put a little curve on it like that, or yeah, there was more curve on it when I did the show the last time.
That's really cool that you can do that, but you are the expert hat steamer.
I wasn't the expert. I can just steam them and kind of shape them. I'm getting pretty bad. I had to steam them. Now that I started wearing hats, I had to shape them. I've been shaping all. Those black ones were pretty bad shape. I must have been doing a Mexican hat dance on one of them when I was drunk. They've been put away for a long time. They're all in boxes. I got those real nice hat boxes and stuff. Everything goes in.
Wow. And how many hats do you have?
I don't know. I said 10. I got at least 10, but that's hats like this. Shit, baseball hats. I could wear a different baseball hat till the cows come home. I got so many hats.
Yeah, that's really cool that you did that. I never saw that you could just change a hat from one style to the other. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I've never seen a product called hat stiffener. I bet you we don't sell that in New Jersey. Hat stiffener. We don't sell that out here.
Yeah, it's kind of like hair. You can use hairspray, but I got to use the proper stuff.
That's really cool. Really cool. Interesting.
But I could do that to this one too. I could make it, go like that.
I kind of like the way the original way, not going up. Yeah, I like it like that. That's a good way. Good hat to keep the sun off your face.
Yeah, this is my fishing hat.
Yeah. Oh, it's your fishing hat. Oh,
This one's actually got a bigger brim on it, or I guess that's what you call it. Yeah.
So you're going to wear a different hat every time you do it. That's 3 a week. You'll knock out 12 a month.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear a different hat every week.
All right. All right. I got a question from Bob Varga. Bob Varga is the drummer in one of the Lynyrd Skynyrd tribute bands. Very good. I saw them last year. I met them. He wanted to know, so we know that Ronnie had this reputation for getting in fights, right, with people, right? He was a tough guy. Wanted to know if Johnny or Donnie ever had any problems with people. Did they ever get into altercations with people or no?
No, as far as I know, Johnny never had any fights outside of fighting with people in the band.
Oh. What kind of fights were those? Were those just verbals, or did they ever get physical?
Oh, him and Gary got into it a couple of times.
Johnny and Gary got into fights? Yeah. Physical fights?
Oh yeah, Paul was telling about the one at the hotel when they was out in the yard of the hotel, and the sprinklers came on.
Oh yeah,
out there fighting, the sprinklers come on. Yeah.
Well, I can't imagine Gary getting into a fight. He just doesn't seem like. I don't know. He just doesn't.
I don't remember what it was all about now. I really don't remember.
I mean, would they punch, hit, pull hair?
Oh yeah, they was fighting. Yeah.
Really? That's crazy.
The band those stories were true. They would fight each other. Yeah. It's kind of like my dogs, they rah, 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 and then it's over with,
Is it fighting over like women, or could it be something that happened
just
on this?
Stupid shit. Just
really.
Most of it's always drunk. It never happened when they were sober. It was always drunk and coked up and.
Oh wow! Okay.
Higher than Cootie Brown,
Yeah.
Couldn't wind your watch with both hands and or grab your ass with both hands.
I'll never forget the time that Mike Estes was on. He was talking about when he punched Alan came out. He's swinging. He had the boxing gloves
Yeah,
on. And he
that's
just like
when that's
popped him
when
in
I
the
took
face.
Mike over to the studio, and when they were rehearsing, and I just took him in the control room, and I said, just stay in here, and they won't be able to see you. Well, Alan could see him through the window, so he came in and said, "Who's these guys?" I said, "They're friends of mine." Says they're gonna stay around. They're gonna have to box. So they put the gloves on and was boxing out there. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Mike's out there boxing with his childhood idol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear Alan wasn't very good. He said he was just all
He
over the
just
place like a big monkey.
whirlwinded. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Oh.
just got those big arms, big old long arms flinging.
These were
Like a
photo ops.
whirlwind.
You never took these pictures. I would have loved to have seen pictures of this kind of stuff, you know? Wow. That's a good question. Thanks, Bob, for that question. Now it's funny, there are two Robert Lambs. There's one Robert Lamb who is a friend of mine on Facebook and he watches the podcast. And the other Robert Lamb was the lawyer for Bob Burns. Remember he was on last year? He was a Bob Burns lawyer. Remember that? Robert
Uh,
Lamb. Well, I had two friends of Bob Burns. So Robert Lamb, the one Robert Lamb is a lawyer. Anyway, they each have something to contribute. So Robert Lamb, the one who was not on the podcast, wants to know when you first joined Lynyrd Skynyrd, and I guess you were 23, right?
22.
22. Did you tell your family? Or you
What?
just, did you tell your family or did you
Oh
just
yeah,
forgot?
yeah. I told him. I said, told him. I said, yeah, I'm gonna go to work for this band. See you later. Yeah,
And
but
what did
yeah,
they say?
that was right. That was right after I got a divorce, and
Okay.
I moved back
Okay.
with my parents because I've always helped them out with well, I still live in this, but where that happened in this house where
That's the house, right?
and
Right.
there's a lot to take care of here, so I would always help them out, and so I moved back here and was taking care of things, and then I just said, yeah, I'm gonna go to work for this band.
And did they know who the band was?
No.
They didn't know who they were. Well, what
They just
were
thought
they?
there was a bunch of hippies. They just, yeah, yeah.
Were they okay with it, or did they try to
Well,
stop you?
when they came here, my mom said, "Who is them hippies down there?
That's
Yeah,
crazy if they were all at your house.
who
Oh
is
my
them
God.
hippies here? Is that some kind of
Yeah.
band, or where are they from?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
Goddamn hippies.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, I
you
would have loved to
damn
have seen that.
long-haired hippies down there.
All right. And then the other Robert Lamb, now he didn't put a question on, but I saw something on his Facebook. He said, I have a pet peeve about people who don't know the difference between the word further and farther. Further and farther. Farther has to do with far, near or far, and further is like furthermore. So I just put that on there. But and also my pet peeve is when people say often. It's not often, it's often. You don't pronounce the T. So it's my little pet peeve. So if you say often, I'm going to correct you.
Well, isn't
But
it further on down the road?
no, it's farther on down.
It-
No, it's
I
farther.
think there's a song called "Further On Down the Road."
Then
Ain't
that's
there?
wrong because farther.
Further
Hey,
on down
listen, there are a lot of
farther on down the road don't sound right, Further,
right,
that's southern, Further on down the road.
right.
A
Well,
southerner wouldn't say farther on down the road. They say that's further on down there.
that's wrong. Yeah. So because further is like when you say furthermore, and furthermore, but
They wouldn't say
farther,
it's farther than that. They'd say it's further than that.
yeah, because they're not educated.
It's
They don't
further
know.
than that. They wouldn't say it's farther than that. They'd say
Yeah.
it's further than that.
Yeah, well, people get the. I'm an English teacher. I That's one thing. I'm not perfect in my English, my grammar, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty good. But it's not often, it's often. But the other day I was watching the hearings for the people who are the cabinet members. And one of the guys was speaking. He was grilling. I don't remember who it was. It was Kennedy or something. And every other word out of his mouth was like every two words and it was so distracting listening to him talk. I couldn't say a sentence without every two or three words. That's a really bad habit of people. It's hard to listen to them when they talk like that.
Did you hear the reason to change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America?
The reason,
When
well,
Biden left, he made it so that they couldn't do any drilling in the Gulf. It was against the law to do drilling in the Gulf of Mexico. So Trump just averted that law by just saying, "Well, we'll just name it the Gulf of America and make that legal."
there
So
you
there was a
go.
reason for that. A
There
lot
you
of people
go.
go, "Well, what did that do? That did Gulf of America. What is that gonna do?" Well, I didn't know either, but yeah, that's why.
Okay. Well, there
Yeah,
you go. There you go. There's a reason for every decision.
yeah, I didn't know. I said, "Well, that doesn't. Why would he do that?" But that's why, because
Yeah.
Biden made that thing. You're not allowed to drill there. He go, "Well, we'll just fix that. We'll call it the Gulf of
All
America."
right. Well, listen, wait a minute. We said we were not going to talk about politics. So everybody says, Kathy's so good at reeling you back in, reeling you away from politics. Okay. Politics and fat people. I don't want to talk about it. But I was just telling you before that the other night, every once in a while, I watch that show, My 600-Pound Life. And I recorded it, but I didn't watch it. There's a woman who's over 700 pounds. Her name is Jackie, and she went to go see Dr. No. Dr. No is hysterical, and she was literally sitting, and like her whole abdomen was on the ground. And he said to her, he said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Oh, I've decided to go. I started going to the gym." He said, "Well, what are you eating?" And she said, "I only eat once a day." No, that's not true. You're eating more than once a day, but yeah, that's very sad. Yeah, there's something more going on then, and I don't think going to the gym is going to make any difference. Oh, goodness. All right, question from Theodore Skinner. Hey, Theodore Skinner, he's a nice guy, big supporter of the podcast. Did Leon ever pick up a guitar, or was he just bass?
He played guitar a little bit. He would pick up a good acoustic and play around on it. Yeah,
Okay. I
he
think
could
I
play
remember you
guitar.
answering that once before. Yeah.
He can play a little guitar. Just play acoustic stuff. Yeah.
Now, what about, so on the flip side of that, did Alan or Gary or Steve have any clue how to play a bass, or did they ever pick
I
up a
imagine
bass?
they could. I never saw him.
Yeah.
I saw Alan playing piano a couple of times. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Wow.
Gary played piano or Steve, but Alan played piano a little bit.
Really?
But yeah, but I never saw Gary play bass. I'm sure they can. I don't know. I'm not a guitar player or bass player, so I don't know. I don't know.
Well, just wondering if you recall any of them, any ever playing, or you know. Oh, the other, you mentioned Alan playing the piano. Did he have a piano at his house?
No.
Oh, he didn't have a piano. So where did he play the piano? Billy's piano?
Just at different
Little house?
places. Yeah. Just
Okay. All right.
yeah, that one time we were at that soul food restaurant, and he wanted to get up with that lady and play with.
Oh yeah.
And she thought he was some dirty hippie off the road because he didn't have no shoes on.
He didn't have shoes on when I met him in his house either. He didn't
Yeah,
have. I actually got a picture of him. I could see his feet.
yeah. Actually, that's good to run around with no shoes on. It connects you to the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it grounds you to the earth. You're
And it calluses your feet,
supposed,
nice and
supposed to be
tough.
grounded to the earth. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Nice thick calluses, and you won't feel anything on your feet. True. Yeah. Well, I'm always barefoot at home too. My feet are calloused. Every once in a while I go to the salon and they, you know, do that remover thing. But yeah, I don't wear shoes either. All right. So this is a question. This is a cool question. I kind of could answer this myself. Jerry Birch, she wants to know which guys in the band, this is all original Skynyrd, were the most promiscuous.
Promiscuous.
Or
Um,
or the Roadies. Which all right, which ones? Maybe he uses promiscuous, but maybe he means we're more like looking for the girls and trying to pick up girls and bring girls back. I think that's what he means. Who would that be?
Oh God, I don't know.
Any of them? Well, not Steve, because Steve was married, right? I mean, or any of the guys kind of looking to bring back, or maybe
Probably
you don't want to talk about it, which is
probably
totally fine.
Leon, probably.
Okay. Or Craig, right? Craig.
Craig, yeah, but Craig wasn't in the band. Craig
Well,
had a lot of fun.
the question was which guys. So he didn't say which band members. He just wants to know which guys. So yeah.
Yeah.
What about the girls? Did the girls ever,
No, the girls they didn't ever, you
okay.
know, have any guys around.
Okay. All right. Now, do you know that guy Rock On, the guy who always writes in all uppercase letters
Yeah, yeah.
like he's screaming at you? Well, he wrote, I'm actually Charles Duffy. Now remember Charles Duffy, that's actually Roxanne. Rock On. Did you know that? That's Rock
Well,
On.
he said his wife or girlfriend or somebody taught him how to turn the caps off, and he did that for a while, but he went back to
He's back. He must have put the caps lock on. We have to hit the caps unlock. Well, he
it.
wants to know if you could start showing maybe little clips of your home movies from the 1970s, because I know you have them. You're kind of thinking about what to do, but could you put little pieces of them
Yeah,
on?
you know what? Uh, um, I could put that in my thing behind me. I thought about that the other day. Should I got all those Super 8s from Japan that
Mm-hmm.
nobody's ever seen. It's the tribute band, but
Oh,
it's kind of funny. I'd go out and I'd get the camera, yeah, after the show, and when these Japanese people were leaving, pretty comical, Seeing
yeah,
the people
yeah.
leaving, yeah.
I think he
Yeah,
was
my old
referring to the
stuff. Yeah,
original. Yeah,
yeah, my
the
old stuff. Yeah,
original.
I could do that. Yeah,
Yeah, I would love to see any of that stuff. The 1970s home movies. Oh my goodness.
but it's
They would be
basically
great.
the same stuff they used in the Freebird the movie, but
Hmm.
there's I don't know. There's probably I think they've used about 40 minutes of my film or something like that. And there's about an hour and a half of it, so there's a lot of it they haven't used.
So all together, your films total about
About an
90
hour and
minutes.
a half. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All
Yeah.
righty. Is everything on that CD or
Well,
the
there's other stuff too. There's like me and Dean in the Lambton Castle, but
okay.
that's about I don't know how long that is.
Okay. Well, think about it. It would be nice if you could just show little bits or still pictures or something. Things that we haven't seen before, people would love to see.
I think I just had that thing of me and Dean in the Lambton Castle. I think I just had that transferred. I could show that.
Yeah. All right. That would be cool. We'd love
Yeah, I'll
it.
put some stuff up.
All right. And then Rick Droder, he wants to know, after Ed, going back to when Ed left the band, from the time he left the band and before the plane crash, did you stay in touch with him at all? With Ed King?
Uh,
Do you remember? A
no.
long
From the
time.
time he left the band till the plane crashed, no,
Hmm.
nobody did.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-uh.
Because he wants to know, do you think it was Ed ever regretted Ed ever regretted having left the band?
I don't think he did.
It could have saved his life because
I
if he were
don't
on that
know. I
plane, he
don't
could have died
know.
on the plane.
But
So,
nobody had any contact with Ed after he left.
hmm,
We were too busy. God, we were busy.
yeah, yeah, that's
I mean, it
true.
was
That's true.
nonstop. We were
Yeah.
either on the road working or in the studio or somewhere writing.
Hmm.
It was nonstop.
Because the guys had a cover for Ed's part, so that was a lot of
Yeah,
work
it was
until they
that
got
was it
Steve.
was nonstop.
Yeah.
From
Okay.
the time I started in January 1st, 1974 until the plane crash, it was nonstop. It was just go, go. It was, it was. It's like getting on a rocket ship and just take it off.
Yeah.
It was.
By the way, somebody asked, I didn't write the question down, but somebody wanted to know if you had a favorite concert, a favorite gig venue out of all the
Oh God,
ones.
there was a lot of them. A lot of those shows with Bill Graham were really cool. The New Year's Eve shows in San Francisco when our Artemis rode the airplane down out of the ceiling to the stage. I was out there counting it off, and the clock. I was following the clock, and the clock went away, and I was out there improvising and trying to get it all square. Yeah,
Oh,
there's a
cool.
lot of them. Nebworth was really cool, and a lot of those things. That Day on the Green. There's Savannah, Sedalia, Missouri. God, there was
Hmm.
like a 500,000 people there that when there was
Oh,
three
wow.
stages set up with Wolfman Jack, and that's when I rode over in the helicopter with Hart in the helicopter that didn't have a door on it, and they went
Oh my
sideways.
gosh.
You're looking right out of that door. Yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
crazy. What good memories. Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of them.
Yeah, you do.
It was nonstop. I mean, all those times out in the at Continental Hyatt House in Hollywood, all that stuff out in Hollywood was really cool out there on Sunset Strip, and being up in Beverly Hills, going to the Clampett Mansion and and all that
You went
stuff.
to the Clampett Mansion?
We went to the gates of the Clampton Mansion.
Really?
Yeah, we went all through, Beverly Hills and stuff. We
So they
went.
used the exterior of somebody's house just for the show. They didn't do any
Yeah,
filming.
we went all through Beverly Hills, to all those, all those mansions, the Playboy mansions and the Hillbilly
Really?
mansion.
Wow. That's great. Wow. All right. The next question is, oh, this is good. Rock on. It's not a question. This is bizarre. I'm going to read this. He said, we should all let our hair grow long in honor of Lynyrd Skynyrd's music. Everybody, let your hair grow long in honor of Lynyrd Skynyrd's music. That's crazy. He said that look in the 1970s was important to Ronnie Van Zant. He was smart, He was the Elvis Presley of Southern rock and roll. I hope that doesn't become a law. That's just so
I
crazy.
think that beep went away, didn't it?
Only because I was laughing. It's going to come back. I think it's something, it's the setting on entering or exiting the meeting. It's a little toggle switch you have to shut off. There it goes. I just heard it. No, that's not a Zoom setting. That's your computer setting. So anybody knows
Yeah.
how to do it, please
I'll
help.
call my computer guy.
Oh, you guys were talking about Hey Jude, how it just goes on and on. You know what song annoys? Yeah, it should be something else, but instead of Jude. But you know what song annoys me? Oh my God, I never liked this song anyway, but The Who. I can see for miles, 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 and miles. That song. Oh my God, just miles and miles and miles.
I can see for miles and miles.
Miles and miles and miles. Enough. Just enough. There's only one question left, and that is, oh, and then I'm going to talk about the Randy Rhoads thing. What do you remember? And I know you've already answered this question. This is an old question from a gentleman who goes by the name of Lonnie Van Zant. What do you know? He wants to know how much you remember about the very last show that Lynyrd Skynyrd played on October 19th in Greenville, South Carolina. Do you remember any of that? No. Okay.
No.
Yeah. That
It was just another show.
Yeah. So then, with regard to my trying to get Randy Rhoads' sister, so I have to tell you, Walter White, he wrote to me a couple of weeks ago and said, "Hey, you should get Randy Rhoads' sister on the podcast, and you should get this other guy, another guy in the podcast." And I said, "Okay." I talked to you. Remember, I texted you. I asked you about it. You said, "Yeah, get him on the show." But then he didn't have any contact information. He just said, get them on the podcast. So I was trying okay, what do I do now? Because I mentioned it to you and you mentioned it. So then I was lost and I'm looking at white pages. I found a phone number for her. Phone number is dead. It doesn't work. And I was like, well, we already put it out there. I tried to contact her on Messenger. I tried to find her on Facebook. And then I did one thing. I was able to contact her husband, and I had a phone conversation with him the other day. I said, can I talk to Kathy? And he said, well, who's this? I said, well, you don't know me, but you're going to know me in a couple of minutes. I'm going to tell you the whole story. And I told him who I was, where I was calling from, the whole thing. And he was laughing. And I said, I feel kind of like I got myself in a position where I'm saying, hey, we're going to try to get this person on the show. And I don't even know, So anyway, he was very, very nice. He said, send me a couple of videos of the Stone Roadie show. Send me a couple of the podcasts that you were in. I'll show it to my sister and we will get back to you. So we will see. Kathy, if you, Darganzio, if you can come on the Stone Roadie podcast, I would be so happy. I would be so happy. But in anticipation of that, Paulo Vincent said, Randy Rhoads, he was the Alan Collins of heavy metal. He was an amazing guitar player. Just listen to these songs, You Can't Kill Rock and Roll, and listen to Diary of a Madman. These songs are going to live forever like Skynyrd songs. So if Kathy Darganzio is listening, please, 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 please consider coming on the podcast. And I'll ask you whatever you want to talk about, whatever you don't want to talk about, we won't talk about. But we will see. If she agrees to come on, I'll have her on real soon. So that was that. That was that before we wrap it up and let Craig, only a little bit of time left before your birthday. For your birthday and Groundhog Day.
All righty, we done?
We are done. Yes, we are.
Well, it's been nice seeing y'all out there again on the Stone Roadie Show podcast 280. And guess it's time for me and Kathy GODSEY to say, until next time, happy trails to you. Until we meet again. And see you later, alligator, at the Wild Crocodile. We'll call that a wrap and cut.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep toking until then.